Welcome back to the DDSN Golf Betting Show. We're coming off of a great winning weekend at the Players. No, we did not pull the outright winner. We had a couple chokers on the weekend, but a lot of our tournament wagers, even our outrights, were very much in play until the very end. Congrats to Cam Young. We didn't have any Cam Young shares, but we did break our losing streak, and we're now 3-5 on the season, up a total of 49.65 units. Green is good. Let's get into the Valspar Championship. We'll be in Innisbrook Resort and Golf Club, be playing the Copperhead Course in Palm Harbor, Florida. We're going to have a 6:35 a.m. Central Standard tee time. Let's get into this tournament. Oh, and I didn't want to forget to mention, but let me bring it up. Not only did we snap our tournament losing streak, but we've got 2 weeks in a row where our DraftKings lineups have hit 6 out of 6 and cash for plus money. All right, now let's get into the Valspar. All right, for our outrights, we're up 52 units on the season. Only one winner. Chris Gotterup, we're due for another one, and I don't know if we're going to get it this week. I want to stay positive, but it's one of those tournaments where it's very top heavy, and a lot of these guys, we're focused and locked in, and a lot of the players that I like played really well last weekend. So that always scares me to try to pick like a top dog at a tournament like this, because you don't know if they're tired, what their situation is, or if they stay hot. So let's get into our outrights this week. Research, he's got Brooks Koepka 25-1. You can find that over at DraftKings. Koepka may have found something with his putter last weekend. It kind of feels like he's improving little by little each week. Koepka has played here before. He's played pretty well. It's been a while, but research likes Koepka. You can find 25-1 at DraftKings. Haas, he likes Nick Taylor. Didn't go with the long shot. I really did think he was going to go for a long shot this weekend, whether that was Ricky Castillo or go back to Ryo Hitsatsune, which Ryo, he's been on fire all season, so he's not even considered a long shot anymore. But he's got Nick Taylor, the Canadian, 55-1. For myself, I didn't go with the long shot here. I'm going with who I think is the hottest golfer at a pretty good number, and that's Jacob Bridgman, 20. I was close to pulling the trigger on Victor Hovland, but I feel like Jacob Bridgman's just he's a little bit hotter golfer. I want to ride the hot hand, and he's not 10-1 like Victor Hovland is. He's not 15-1. At 22-1, Jacob Bridgman over at DraftKings, I think that's a decent bet. I feel like he's one of the hottest golfers, and maybe even the hottest golfer at this tournament. We're going to find out this weekend. I like Bridgman. All right, now time for our tournament wagers. We finally turned a profit with our tournament wagers last weekend. Yes, we were due. So if you decide to skip these, again, totally understand. Right now this year, we're down 21.7 units with our tournament wagers. We basically make that all up, thankfully, with our matchups. But like I said, all it takes is one tournament, and I think I have the play that's going to turn it around for us, but we'll save that for the end. All right, let's get into our tournament wagers. Remember, these are going to be via DraftKings because they include ties. The pricing includes ties. Of course, you can play them offshore, but if they do tie with other golfers, you're going to have to chop it. All right, research, he's got Jordan Spieth, top 10, plus 250. Max Homa, top 20, plus 230. And Taylor Moore, top 20, 250. Has his boy, Ryo Hitsatsune, top 10, plus 295. Ricky Castillo, top 10, plus 445. And Austin Smotherman, who played well last weekend, top 20 finish, plus 178. And for myself, here's a long shot that I feel like is going to bring us back into the green, baby. And that's going to be Davis Riley. We're going for a 17-1 top 10 finish for Davis Riley. He's done it here before. Not once, but I believe he's done it twice. We'll have to fact check that because it's been about 3 or 4 years. But Riley hasn't been awful, but he's hasn't done anything special. But he loves this course. So at 17-1, I'll go ahead and take the flyer on it. Again, we've been ice cold here, so we might as well take some shots. And for me, that's Davis Riley, top 10 finish, 1. Also, Davis Riley, top 20 finish, plus 710. So just a shade above, a dime above 7-1 odds. And last but not least, I've got Victor Hovland, top 5 finish, plus 375. I thought that was a good number. I have Bridgman to win, Hovland top 5. How about we get a Bridgman victory? Hovland finishes in second place, and Davis Riley finishes in third. I'm calling it right here. I'm foretelling, and that's what's going to happen. All right, let's get into our round 1 matchups. And again, like I said, we're up 19.35 units on the season. Absolutely smoldering hot. I will not be in town and will not be able to record for the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So we won't have matchups posted on Saturday and Sunday. There's a chance that I might be able to squeeze them in, but I highly doubt I'll be able to. So we'll have round 1, round 2, and I'm not too sure yet about 4 and 5. But let's jump into our round 1 matchups. So the first 5, because Akshay Bhatia withdrew, so research had him in a matchup, but we had to take him out, of course. So the first 5 will be for Bet Online, and my 3 will be over at DraftKings. All right, research has Victor Hovland over Xander Schauffele plus 110. Brooks Koepka over Corey Connors plus 105. And Haas has Thorborg Olesen over Christian Bezuidenhout plus 107. Ricky Castillo over Matt McCarty minus 105. Also, Max Homa over Ben Griffin plus 15. And over at DraftKings for myself, I've got Davis Thompson over Matt McCarty minus 120. Billy Horschel over JJ Spawn plus 126. And Ryo Hitsatsune over Taylor Pendrith minus 126. All right, like I said, our DraftKings has been on fire the last 2 weeks. At least I personally did, start off cold. I had so many 5 out of 6 lineups. I did have great players in those lineups, but at the end of the day, in DFS, you need 6 out of 6. Got to make the cut to cash some lineups, whether they're big or small. I was playing $5 lineups last weekend at the Players. I had 4 for $5 each. And of course, 3 out of the 4 had Colin Morikawa, who again is on the ban list along with Shane Lowry and Tom Hoge. Those players are officially banned for us. Colin Morikawa is on a tentative ban. He will not leave the ban list unless he finishes a top 10 or better in any tournament. Until then, I have him on my ban list because I cooked up some pretty good lineups. I like the lineups that I cooked up. But Colin Morikawa tweaked his back on the second hole of the day. He's a primetime athlete. He's been carrying us. The only reason I'm not too upset about Morikawa is that he has carried us a couple weeks this season, but it's still annoying because you look forward to this major and, 3 out of your 4 lineups are dead before the morning even starts. So that's just frustrating. But my 6 out of 6, I like it. We cashed. Had a great lineup. So let's make it 3 weekends in a row. We get a 6 out of 6. All right. If you're new here with our DraftKings DFS, we'll go over our 4 tiers, 4 players in each tier, and that's how you mix and match your lineups. And that's what we do. We're happy to share it, and let's get into it. All right, our first tier is our big dog tier, and in this one, it's pretty simple. Like I said, it's top heavy this week, and for me, I've got Victor Hovland at the very top in 400. He's been playing well. He's played great here in the past. For me, Hovland's a no-brainer. Along with another no-brainer, Jacob Bridgman, 9,600. Justin Thomas, his first tournament of the season a couple weeks ago, he was awful. Had a major bounce back at the Players. I didn't want to trust him. I didn't trust him, but he proved me wrong, and I think he could do well here again. Maybe he has the hot hand still, and at 9,500, might as well have Justin Thomas there at the top of one of your lineups. And last but not least, to round out the big dogs, someone I think I've only used once before this week or this season, and that's Ben Griffin. Can Ben Griffin get a comeback? He's due for one. I can see Ben Griffin having a great weekend, and at 9,200, he's worth a shot. All right, our second tier. Let's start it off with research's pick. Brooks Koepka, 9,100. Also, Haas. Ryo Hetsatsune, 8,600. Ryo's starting to get expensive, guys. We took advantage when he was in the 7,000s, 6,000s, but now he's starting to climb up. He's a real player right now on tour, and I wouldn't be surprised if he finishes top 10 and wins this weekend. Also, Haas's boy, Nick Taylor, the Canadian, 8,400. And Davis Thompson, 8,200. I think he's a sneaky pick. He's played well this season, and here at this tournament, I do like Davis Thompson as kind of like a off the wall. I don't know if it's off the wall, but we'll throw him in there. We haven't used him this season. All right, for our mid tier, I'm afraid to use this golfer, but I think he plays well here, and he's been on the cusp of breaking out this season. Hasn't really done it, and that's Wyndham Clark. I have a love-hate relationship with him, but at 8,000, maybe throw him into a Rage lineup. I think that's a great idea. Also, Max Homa's at 8,000. Jekyll and Hyde. Max Homa is great. He's not great, but he's been playing well this year. Ricky Castillo, 7,900, kind of expensive in DFS this weekend. I bet you anything he's going to be an extremely popular player, but he tracks here and he's been playing well. Might as well use him. Also, sneaky pick, Bud Cauley, 7,500. He finished top 10 here last year. I believe he finished in the top 30, 35, top 40 last weekend. He could make some noise. And at 7,500, again, you want some contrarian picks thrown in there. And for our bottom value tier, got Taylor Moore, 7,500. He's won here. He's played great here. And he's actually been playing pretty well this season. 7,500. That's a pretty good deal. So, Smotherman. Austin Smotherman. Haas likes him this weekend. Smotherman played great last week at the Players. His putter's there at 7,400. Smotherman. And here we go. Now we're getting to the bottom. Zach Blair at 6,800. Kind of a sneaky pick. He's been making some cuts. And that's all you want from these bottom value tier. You just want them to make the cut. If they make the cut, everything else is gravy. Zach Blair. And my guy this weekend, Davis Riley, 6,500. I hope he wins or comes in second place. That would be amazing. 6,500, pretty cheap. I like it for Davis Riley. And Adam Hadwin, he'll probably be popular here. Again, has he played well this season? I think he's played decent. He's played well at this tournament. At 6,700, it's worth a shot to throw him in a top-heavy lineup. But that's everything that we have here. Again, let's get a winning streak together. 3-5 on the season, up 49.65 units. We're in the green. $1, $5, $100 better. Doesn't matter. We're in the green on the season. That's all that matters. And hopefully we could build it and build on from here. All right. Again, thanks to everyone for watching, liking, subscribing, following along with us. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. That's it for episode 9, and we'll see y'all later.